What's up, guys? It's everyone's favorite camputee here, and I had some thoughts. I figured I'd share them with y'all, both of my fans. So, I feel like if you're gonna charge $200 per shooter for a one-day match, the prize table should be substantial. I know generally how much places charge per head for people to come out and use the property and stuff like that. And yeah, the prize table should be reflective of that cost. If you go shoot a match that costs that much and there is no prize table, you know, you're literally just throwing money at bragging rights. Another thing, if you're shooting at targets 600 yards and in, I don't think that you are disadvantaged by shooting a 5.56. And the flip side to that coin is that if the targets are beyond 600 and you do decide to shoot a, what some people call the 6 Wonder Breads, or, some whiz-bang cartridge. I'm a big fan of the 22 ARC. You have to also remember that the types of magazines that they use, the systems that they run on, as far as like gas system buffers and all that shit, it's not typically as reliable as a regular 5.56. And also, with 5.56, you can run D60s. So there's that. And then if you start getting into the big, large frame versus small frame, now you're comparing apples and bananas anyway. So I don't get it. So there is an aspect of give and take there. So I could understand why, the 5.56 might be somewhat equally matched out beyond 600. And 600 yards and in, I don't think that there's any advantage or disadvantage to running a 5.56 versus, a 22 ARC or a 6 ARC, or, one of them cartridges and whatnot. Something else to consider, at least this is something that I consider, being someone who shot long-range competition, sniper competition, designated marksman competitions for quite some time now. When I'm selecting a chambering, barrel length, action style, whatever, for a certain type of competition specifically, I'm looking for a round that does not reach the transonic zone, Mach 1.2, or roughly 1,350 feet per second at sea level in 60-degree weather, until past the farthest target that you intend on shooting. So if I'm shooting, QP, and I know that the farthest target is, 1,000 yards and in, with my 22 ARC, with the 75 grain ELDM going 3,000 feet per second, I don't reach the transonic zone until I think 1,100. So it's still following the same trajectory without destabilizing in flight until after the last target, or the farthest target I would be shooting in that competition. If I may be so bold as to point something out that I've noticed, I believe that the 22 ARC is the best gas gun, precision rifle-ish, long-range cartridge currently and commercially available. And what I mean by that is most of those matches are 1,000 yards and in. Even most of the sniper matches I've shot over the years have been roughly 1,000 yards and in. And I've been a gas gun guy in those competitions since before there were gas gun divisions. And, yeah, I'm stand pretty firmly on that. If you have a complaint about a match, you should tell the match director and provide a solution. But always remember that this is not your match. Be grateful that someone is hosting a match, that you live in a place that you can enjoy this sport, and above all, don't take it too seriously. I think people let their competitive nature ruin the real reason we shoot the matches, which is to do gun things with our gun friends. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, don't go being a faggot and ruining everybody else's good time because you want to act churlish. When did it become trendy to start running around telling everybody that you never clean your guns? I'll tell anyone I scrape all the carbon, clean and lubricate my guns before every match to the point that my action is slicker than jizz on a doorknob. And a lot of times I'll even take my torque wrench and I'll underpower it and just confirm on my screws on various parts of the gun that they're still tight. But I also mark most of my screws with reference lines with a paint marker. Anyway, those were just a few thoughts I had. Y'all get out there and suck the day's dick.